Who is on first? I'm asking you.
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of Wasatch Wasps baseball on 94.5 The Peak.
Good morning and welcome to the ballpark. Early start for us here on this Friday morning as we are at Snow Canyon High School, where Wasatch is set to go in their second St. George tournament of the year. They've got Woods Cross this morning, a good Woods Cross team who's 2-2 and got a win last night against Cedar Valley 11-7 to kick off this tournament. Wasatch comes in 2-3, trying to bounce back to 500. They'll have Woods Cross today and then it's a doubleheader today and tomorrow. They'll play tonight at 4:30 against the host school Snow Canyon, and then another doubleheader tomorrow at 9 and 5. We'll have all the action for you here on 94.5 The Peak.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, Branch Manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
This is your Dairy King pregame show. Winners of Best in State for the last 21 years and proud supporters of Wasatch High School athletics since 1946 and proudly serving the Heber Valley since that time as well. Again, we're down here at Snow Canyon High School. Wasatch 2-3 against Woods Cross, who comes in 2-2 tie. But both of these programs are used to success coming off mega years. Last year, Woods Cross 20-8, 12-3 in region play, made it all the way to UVU before getting beat out by Maple Mountain and Olympus. Similar story for Wasatch. Wasatch makes it to UVU and then ended up losing to Olympus and Salem Hills to get beat out of the tournament. What are you expecting down here at this tournament for the Wasatch Wasps?
Well, Tyler, Wasatch has kind of been a little Jekyll and Hyde this year. They've had some games where they've looked really good, and then they've had other games where, like their last week against Jordan, where they walked 10 guys on the mound here. And so hopefully they're able to get another good week of practice in. Didn't have any games last week and had a lot of time for repetition and practice. And I would expect this team to come out and play crisp and flying around the field here a little bit, Ty. Back at home, I mean, it's snowing back there in Heber again right now, and we're out here on this beautiful green baseball field at Snow Canyon High School. They did get a lot of water last night, but it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day down here, Tyler. Not a warm day, though. 41 degrees right now at Snow Canyon High School. So we'll see how this team's going to perform. They're going to go with Gage Schiess here on the mound to start today, Tyler, and look at Old Reliable to fill up the zone and make Woods Cross put it in play. But, Ty, you bring up this Woods Cross team. Baseball might be the best sport that Woods Cross has at their school. They are kind of up and down in some of the other sports, but they're reliable. They're steady when it comes to baseball, and a very competitive team here. And Wasatch will have their hands full, and that'll be the theme of this tournament, Tyler. Good teams all the way across the board for Wasatch to face in this tournament.
Ty, let's go ahead and go around the diamond. Wasatch will be the home team for the first time this season. They've had 5 straight games where they've been the away team. Go ahead and take us around the diamond. Your lineup brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that.
Yeah, I already talked about it. Gage Schiess is going to be your starting pitcher, and he'll be throwing to sophomore Kolden Hafen behind the dish today. Chet Wilson at third base, the senior. Carter Bucad, junior, shortstop for the Wasps. Alex Gutierrez at second base in this game, the senior. Cole Zimmerman, senior, playing first base. In right field will be another senior, Tad Solser. In center field, Tragun Shaw, another senior, and then in left field, another senior for Wasatch, and Crew Erickson. That'll be your starting 9 today.
Ty, let's jump over to our Point S Tires keys to the game. Think of Point S Tires as your local tire expert. Each Point S Tire is independently owned and operated by someone who lives where you live. Your keys not only for the game, Ty, but for this weekend for the Wasps.
Well, I'm going to sound like a broken record all year, Tyler, but it really is a simple game. Throw strikes. You got to throw strikes, and then you're going to be competitive in games. This Wasatch batting lineup is good enough to be in the game with anyone, and so really it puts a lot of pressure on the pitchers. You've just got to be competitive on the mound and throw it over the plate and let your defense go get it.
Cole Smith will lead it off for the Woods Cross.
Wildcats. It's early for you. Yeah.
Panthers, but I didn't feel like that was right. So Woods Cross Wildcats. He's hitting .500 on the year, Ty. 3 extra base hits and 4 RBIs. Ball 1 from Gage Schiess. That's been the story for Gage. Four innings pitched, and he's got 6 walks in those 4 innings. He's had good stuff when he's been around the zone. This one's in there. It's going to be fouled off to the right side. 1-1 the count.
Gage has been building up all season long. His first start was in just some strange weather. Got another start against Jordan High School and looked a lot better. See how start number 3 goes for Gage. So far, so good as he puts another one by the hitter. Swing and a miss.
Nice swing and a miss there. Moves the count to 1-2. Gage, a senior, was the closer last year for Wasatch and had some great outings as the closer. The 1-2. That one's too low, but a good spot. Moves the count to 2-2.
That's a good look there from Gage, Tyler. And I like how he's approaching here early on. He's challenging with the fastball, coming after Woods Cross, saying, come and get it.
The 2-2, that's another curveball. That one too far outside, and that'll fill up the count to the leadoff batter. Listening to Wasatch High School baseball down at Snow Canyon High School. Wasatch comes in 2-3 on the season, coming off a loss last Saturday to Jordan High School. The payoff pitch is right back at the mound. It's going to ricochet off of Gage. Goes to Wilson. Wilson across the diamond, but it's not going to be in time. And Woods Cross has a leadoff single.
Good contact. Had a chance there for Wasatch to make a play, but Tyler just a little bit better at the plate on that one. Now I'll get a sense of how Woods Cross wants to play this. If they're a team that's just going to try to get after it early and swing it, or if they want to play a little small ball here, knowing the field's a little bit wet. Not a bad strategy at this point in the day, Ty.
Max Moffitt's going to be the hitter, 429 on the year, 1 extra base hit and 3 RBIs in 12 plate appearances. That was before the Cedar Valley game last night. First pitch, runner stays, but that's in there for strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. Ty, Wasatch has had some success here at Snow Canyon in the past. Any good spot A moments from Snow Canyon that come to mind?
Well, plenty of good spot A's. It's hard to imagine a game here at Snow Canyon without thinking about one Zach Larson, Tyler, back in 2005 of the state tournament. I know I'm going in the Wayback Machine there, but Wasatch came down to take on in the state playoffs number 1 Snow Canyon, and they ended up knocking off Snow Canyon here in large part because Zach Larson put a ball late in that game into the parking lot after launching it over the left field wall. And Wasatch was able to get the win in that one, Ty. But there were some good ones last year. Just going back to more recent memory, I thought Wasatch was incredibly competitive down here against Lone Peak and against Riverton, who were both top 3 in 6A last year. And Wasatch really had both of them on the ropes leading in the last inning, but just couldn't get the final 3 outs in both those games and gave up leads in the last inning.
1-2 pitch is going to be a single to the right side. Tad Solster's not going to get you in right center field. In fact, he's going to try to go for 2, but Tad does a good job of putting it on the money, and Carter Bucad puts down the tag as Wasatch has 1 away. But the single by Moffitt does bring in the run, and Woods Cross has the 1-0 lead.
It's a good piece of hitting 2 times, Tyler, with Woods Cross with 2 strikes on them. Gage has gotten to 2 strikes in both batters. And Woods Cross has done a good job of staying disciplined, and both hitters up the middle or the other way when you get two strikes on you, showing good discipline here in the box.
He's going to bring up Bo Blackwell, 300 hitter on this year, no extra base hits and 1 RBI, hitting in the 3 spot for the Wildcats. That a moment on history brought to you by Good Spot A, your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick a Good Spot A to be your spa. After ball 1, that one's in there for a strike just below the knees. You like to get that call as a pitcher. The 1-1 goes back to the off speed, too far up, moves count to 2-1. 1 out, 1 run in, nobody on base here in the top of the first inning.
Ty, that's a big moment there from Solser going to get that ball. Finish that thought in a moment here.
Ball swung on. It's roped to the second baseman, Gutierrez. Not able to catch the line drive, but he is able to knock it down. Throws it over to the first base to Zimmerman. 2 away for the Wasps.
But to finish that thought, that's a big moment trying to stretch that single into a double, and Wasatch doing a good job from Sulzer to get that ball relayed in because you're minimizing a big inning on that rather than a run in and a runner on second base with nobody out. Now you clear the bases. Yeah, a run gets in, but it's just a lot harder to get a big inning when you've got to start over every single time you're scoring a run.
Cleanup hitter Gavin Shoup's going to swing at the first pitch, and he has a single to the left center field gap this time. Cruz able to get it in quickly and keep him to a single. Shoup, a junior, 375 on the year, 2 extra base hits, and 3 RBIs. He's going to bring up number 12 for Woods Cross. Number 12, Will Barr, 429 on the year, no extra base hits, and 2 RBIs. Swings at the first pitch as well, a little bit up in the zone. He'll foul that one off. 1 strike, no balls.
Yeah, I don't know if he was looking for an off-speed pitch or what, Tyler, but he was way behind that fastball. And usually that when you don't have timing on a pitch, it's not a bad idea to come back with the same pitch on the very next try.
Runner will stay, goes back with the off-speed, but it's too far outside. Moves the count to 1-1. Gage sets, takes a look over at the runner at first base. Zimmerman there holding him on. Pretty good lead from the runner. The pitch. Another off speed, gets a foul ball again. Moves down to 1-2. Early on, control's been there, Ty. Gage has been around the zone. The struggle has been finding the zone early on in his first 2 appearances.
Well, both strikes in this at-bat here, Tyler. Hitter does not look good. Behind on the fastball, way off balance on the curveball.
The 1-2 goes back with another off speed. This one's going to be fouled off down the third base side this time. We'll reset at 1-2.
And again, totally off balance. I mean, the hitter's just flinging the bat out there and staying alive on that play. Saying that you love in baseball, though, Ty, is it only takes one. If you're the hitter, you can look bad on the pitch before, and it only takes 1 good swing here. See if Gage can put him to bed.
This is going to be a chopper to the 3-4 hole. Gutierrez comes over, throws it to Zimmerman in time, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. Wasatch trails 1-0, and we'll have their first at-bats coming up after this.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine is your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from sports injuries, auto injuries, industrial and or commercial injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. Wasatch's first at bats of the game. Ty, take us down the lineup for who's in the Wasatch batting order today.
Well, Ty, we're going to see a familiar face leading things off for the Wasps there in the number 1 hole. That'll be Crew Erickson playing left field, hitting in the leadoff spot. Tragun Shaw, center fielder, will be hitting number 2, and then Alex Gutierrez at number 3 for Wasatch playing second base. Not often you see a second baseman hitting in the 3 hole, Tyler, but Alex has been there all year long and has done a great job for Wasatch, hitting .429 on the season in that 3 spot. At number 4 will be Chett Wilson playing third base. Hitting in the 5 hole will be Cole Zimmerman, and then number 6 will be Carter Bucad, your shortstop. At the 7th spot will be sophomore catcher Hafen. 8 will be your pitcher, Gage Schiess, and then in the 9 hole today will be Tad Sulzer playing right field. And that's your 9 for Wasatch that'll come up to the plate today.
On the mound for Woods Cross will be Max Moffitt, the sophomore, had the RBI to lead off the inning in the top of the first. He's thrown 4 innings this year and a 1.75 ERA. He's going to go upstairs early here to Crew for ball 1.
Yeah, up and in. Tyler got Crew off the plate on that first pitch, and for him to be effective, he's going to have to get inside because he doesn't have great velocity, so he's going to have to keep Wasatch off balance by changing eye levels, maybe moving in, moving out, and throwing good off-speed pitches. Otherwise, Wasatch should be able to get after this pitcher here today.
Crew, 308 batting average, 2 extra base hits, and 2 RBIs on the year. He's going to swing at the second one. It's going to go off his foot, so 1-1 count.
Yeah, and that was only 75 miles per hour on the velocity there, Tyler. So, as you can see, that's kind of batting practice level speed here for Wasatch. And so if he's in the zone and not mixing up the looks as far as the fastballs, the off-speed pitches, getting inside and outside, I expect Wasatch to be able to put up a lot of runs on this pitcher here today.
Off-speed pitch misses. Now Crew's going to try to go drag bunt, gets a piece of it, but it'll go foul. And so now a 2-2 count to Erickson, who's leading off for the Wasps. There's this thing that's shining in my eyes. I'm not sure what it is.
We haven't seen it in months.
Is it the sun?
I think they call this the sun, Tyler. And from what I understand, you're not seeing that back in Heber Valley.
Another off-speed pitch. Crew tries to go with it, drops the hands a little bit. It's elevated to the first baseman in foul territory, who goes over and makes the play. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Going to bring up Tragun Shaw, the senior, 375 batting average, 5 RBIs, 3 extra base hits, including a triple on the year for the lefty, playing center field today for the Wasps.
Yeah, Ty, had a message from my wife back in Heber this morning saying how sad it was to wake up to, again, the sound of snow plows and having to plow the driveway. I think we're all ready for the sun, and we're going to enjoy it down here in St. George today.
Tragun's going to swing at the first pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to the pitcher. Moffitt will easily gather it up, throw it over to first base. 2 away, 2 runners, or 2 batters, 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Going to bring up another lefty, Alex Gutierrez, 429 batting average and 5 RBIs for the senior. Back into the windup is Moffitt. He's going to throw a fastball too far up for ball 1.
One thing Alex does really well, Tyler, is usually when you have a quick inning here, we're only 6 pitches in, you don't want your number 3 hitter to get after necessarily the first pitch. You want the pitcher to have to work a little bit more. And Alex is a really good patient hitter. Often this season he's taken at bats deeper than 7 pitches, and he makes the pitcher work for it a little bit more.
Swings at a couple here on the second and third pitches of the at-bat. They're elevated down the left field side. Foul. 1-2, now the count.
And you like that. You're thinking about the long game here, Tyler, too. Of course, you want your immediate at-bats to put runs on the board, but at the same time, you need to work your way and try to get into the bullpen eventually later in the ball game, especially in the tournaments when bullpens can get thin as the tournament wears on. Taking at-bats deeper into the count is an important feature.
Fastball too far up again. Misses. Moves the count to 2-2.
Hey, deuces.
2-2. 2 outs.
Gage.
Bottom of the first. Wasatch trailing 1-0. Woods Cross able to put 1 run on the board in the top of the first. Misses badly on that off speed. Moves the count to full. You have 2-2 or full?
I got full count here, Ty.
Yeah. Well. Swings and fouls that one off, and we'll reset with count full.
So again, right on cue, right, Alex? He's 7 pitches in now on this pitch. He's going to take this at bat pretty deep. So either way, whether he gets on base or not, this is still a quality at bat for Alex to push the pitch count a little bit deeper here in the first inning for Woods Cross.
Moffitt's going to step off the mound. Full count is, so stepped off the mound. The scoreboard only had 2-2, just making sure that it's a full count pitch. The pitch swung on and fouled off again. Good at bat here from Gutierrez. Let's see if he can win and get a Wasatch a base runner here in the bottom of the first. Moffitt back on to the windup. Delivers the payoff. Swung on. It's going to be fouled off again. 5th foul ball of the at-bat here for Alex Gutierrez, trying to win and give Wasatch a base runner. Coming to you live from Snow Canyon High School. It's turning out to be a beautiful morning. Sun has just come through the clouds as Wasatch kicking things off here on the Friday morning. Woods Cross got things going yesterday on Thursday. Cedar Valley getting the win, 11-7 in that one. That moved them to 2-2 on the year. They've got a win against Weber, an extra innings loss against Syracuse, and then a tough 6-2 loss to Lehigh. And Lehigh, who won it last year, is favored to win it again this year. So not a bad loss there to the Lehigh Pioneers.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame a little bit, Ty. It'll be a competitive tournament all the way around down here. Good teams. Ty, I'm loving this at-bat from Alex here.
And
they said he went. I'm not sure I agree with that, Ty.
Strikeout. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Wasatch goes down in order after the check swing strikeout. Wasatch trails 1-0 as we go into the top of the second.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the second action brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts, your local Napa stocks auto parts, tools, and equipment, and many other items. For heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment, stop in today. Strike one here to lead-off batter for Woods Cross, who's currently hitting in the 6th spot.
Yeah, starting off with a breaking pitch there, too, Tyler, is Schiess. Going to go to DeVore here, hitting in the 6th hole.
Comes back with a fastball that's fouled off down the left side. 0-2 the count to leadoff hitter here in the top of the second.
And DeVore doesn't have much on the season, Tyler. Actually doesn't have a hit on the year for Woods Cross. Only one plate appearance, though. So a little bit of an inexperienced batter here.
Yeah, only one plate appearance on the year for DeVore.
And a good way to attack a hitter like that, Tyler, is to do exactly what Gage did. You start them with an off-speed pitch and get a different look in their mind. Because often as a hitter, when you're coming up in your first at-bat, you're looking for a fastball to jump on early. And so the timing, Gage is able to mix that up by getting an off-speed pitch early and then trying to work backwards and reverse in with the hard fastballs later on in the count.
It's going to fill up the count. Haven thought he had that one, kind of took a second look, thought he had the outside corner. Not called, strike three, and so now we'll go back to a full count. And he's going to bounce this one off the face mask, and that's your first walk of the game. And puts the leadoff guy on for the Wildcats. It's going to bring up Alex Holdstock, 222 batting average on the year with 4 RBIs. Hitting from the right-hand side will be Alex. A couple of updates from the Wasatch side of things on the other sports tie as we've started our lacrosse calling. Lacrosse is now 3-1 on the year. They've won 3 straight after opening their season with a loss to American Fork. Had a good win over East, who they lost to last year, 8-6. Swing and a miss here to Holdstock to lead off the at-bat.
Yeah, that lacrosse team's going to be competitive all year long, Tyler. It's been kind of a real pleasure to be able to do those games on the radio so far over the course of the season. Really fun, a great community to be a part of, and a good turnout, Tyler. They played in the football stadium there at Wright Tree Stadium, and usually has a pretty good crowd, even in the cold weather that they've been experiencing.
Squares on the 0-1 pitch, but it's going to go way over everybody's head to the backstop. Runner will advance to second base on the wild pitch. 1-1 now the count with nobody out and a duck on the pond on second base. Holdstock back in the box. Schiess sets, one look, delivers the 1-1, tries to go back with the off speed, misses high, moves the count to 2-1. Leading scorers for lacrosse this year, Ty, have been Ethan Erker, who's got 17 points on the year, 7 goals, 10 assists. Owen Moore, 7 goals, 6 assists. And Cole Lent, 9 goals and 3 assists for the lacrosse team. The 2-1 pitch here, swing and a miss for strike 2. Second swing and a miss of the at-bat for Gage.
That ball elevated in the zone, Tyler, above the hands, and is often the case, too tempting for the hitter to lay off. Gage in a good spot now. Like to see him just keep coming after it, though.
Cole scooting a little bit more into that 3-4 hole as Gutierrez is trying to keep the runner on second base. 2-2's in there for a strike, but fouled off behind us. And we'll reset at 2-2. Still nobody out here in the top of the second. Again, Woods Cross, one of the 8 finalists that made it to UVU last year with Wasatch. Curveball in there for strike 3. First strikeout of the game is a backwards K, brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialists.
That's a great look there from Gage, Tyler. And when that curveball is on, it's one of the best there is. Bites hard, comes out looking like a fastball out of the hand, and then it'll go 12-6 and break off the plate, and that's exactly what he got him on there.
So you're going to bring up R.J. Jones, 500 hitter on the year. Again, limited experience, only 3 plate appearances, has a walk in one of those plate appearances. And he's going to swing at the first one and foul it off for strike 1.
Gage did a great job on that last strikeout, though, Tyler, of starting that curveball out of the zone and allowing that thing to come breaking back in and freezing up the hitter.
Another swing and a miss, moves the count to 0-2. Gage looks to be in the zone after a leadoff walk, had the backwards K, and now's up 0-2 to R.J. Jones.
Just in the top of the second inning, this is not a rerun if you're wondering, wow, it's a little early and there's snow on the road out there in Heber. No, we're down in St. George today as Wasatch Baseball is in early action in this game against Woods Cross High School, down 1-0 here in the top of the second inning.
Gage goes upstairs again, does get him to go at it, and he barely gets a piece, and so we'll reset again at 0-2. Gage fastball hovering around 80 miles per hour right now. Curveball going at around 70. Tries to go off speed again, but that one misses high, moves count to 1-2.
Ty, only one out here in the second inning, and it's pretty important, I think, for Gage to minimize this inning as quickly as he can. He's already approaching 40 pitches, so although there's only 1 run on the board, it's been inefficient on the mound to get the first 4 outs. We're averaging about 10 pitches per out right now, and that's not a good ratio for you on the mound.
Another fastball's fouled off. Comes back, tries to go upstairs again. Doesn't get Jones to go for, so that's going to tie up the count at 2-2.
You know, you do just some quick math there, Tyler. In the 70-inning game, that's going to take you over 200 pitches to get all the outs you need. And you really want to be about half that number in the game if you can be.
Tries to go curveball and gets the hitter to buckle. He's shaking his head like that was a ball, but he got buckled on that one and just misses inside. It's going to fill up the count at 3-2. Gage sets, takes a long look at the runner at second base. Not a big lead there. Tries to go upstairs, and that's going to be the second walk of the inning. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter for Woods Cross. Number 9 hitter, as get a number here, didn't get a lineup, is going to be number 1. That is Kaysen Lithgow. Kaysen Lithgow on the season. Again, he's hitting number 9, 125 batting average with 1 RBI. Steps in on the left-hand side. See what they decide to do with the number 9 hitter. Ball in the dirt. Good job there from Hafen. Smothers it. Keeps the runners at first and second. Another Wasatch update, Ty. The softball team has gotten off to a rough start. 0-5 on the year. A couple of standouts. Berlin Brown, 2 doubles. Josie Clough, 2 doubles. And Brindley Pickett with 2 doubles on the year.
Ty, if you're Gage, you really got to get into the zone here, and you got to do so quickly. Out of the last 4 batters, including Lithgow right now, there's only 2 hits between the 4 on the season. And these are not guys that have shown that they're competitive at the plate, and so you just can't give them free passes. And he's walked 2 of them, and he's on the verge of walking a 3rd right now as the count runs to 3-0 quickly here from Gage.
Yeah, JW wants to visit with Gage. This trip to the mound brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in Utah. The Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. New owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station. And I was going to ask you a little spin on it. So we're staying with my sister in Cedar, and they had donuts for us. They were nice enough to get donuts. And I think Mirror Lake Station's kind of ruined me on the donut side of things because I just can't.
Because they weren't good.
I just can't appreciate a donut if it's not a Mirror Lake Station donut, and so
you're not wrong there, Tyler. It's basically when you see how good the other side can be, what you've experienced before just isn't quite the same. Yeah, and so your basic donuts just won't compare to the Mirror Lake Station donuts. Ty, Gage needs to come back here. 3-0, looking at the 9 hitter, and you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters for Woods Cross that really can get after it, and we're swinging the bat well early on in the first inning. Definitely don't want to load up the bases to get back to the top of the lineup here.
The 3-0 misses high again, so that's the third walk of the inning. So after no walks in the top of the first, Gage has walked the bases loaded. Does have one out, so a double play gets you out of the inning. Wasatch is going to go double play depth up the middle. Corners will be in on the grass, and that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Cole Smith, who singled up the middle in his first at bat.
Yeah, got to 2 strikes, too, Tyler, on that single. A pretty good barrel that clipped Gage on the way back and then ricocheted over to Chett.
Bases juice, tries to go off speed this time, but can't land that one again. Another ball.
And Ty here, as Smith approached the plate, he held out a signal down to his coach as if he is taking until he gets a strike. So if you're Gage, take a little something off, get that over the plate. There we go. Now we're ready to go. Strike one.
Yeah, that's a good spot, too, Ty. Hits the low and outside corner. Moves the count to 1-1. Wasatch went down in order in the bottom of the first. The 1-1. Goes back with the curveball. That's in there for another strike. 1-2 now the count. Gage looks to have found something as he's ahead 1-2.
Yeah, this is a good spot now. And if you can come get maybe inside on the hands or get a breaking pitch off the outer half, get yourself a sharp ground ball up the middle, maybe you're out of this inning.
Does get the ground ball at the middle. It's going to be to Bacad. Bacad bobbles it, and he's not going to get an out. One runner is going to come in. Another runner rounds third, and they will come in as well as the double play opportunity results in no outs.
Oh, that hurts you,
Tyler. Might have been a little bit of wet, but that was the opportunity to get out of the inning, and instead 2 more runs come in on the air.
I mean, as bad as the inning had been with the 3 walks, that was the one ball that can get you out of it without giving anything up. And unfortunately, the errors have been an issue early on in the season. We're averaging not double digit, but multiple errors every single game for Wasatch, and they are resulting in runs more often than not. That time giving up 2 runs when you could have been out of the inning.
Max Moffitt will come up, the pitcher today for Woods Cross. Had an RBI single in the first inning to the right center field gap. Takes ball 1. He'll take ball 2. Oh, no, they call that one a strike. Looked like it will be up in the zone.
Yeah, that's a generous breaking ball strike there, Tyler. Because at the top of the plate, or front of the plate, when that ball's coming across, it's high in the zone. But we'll take it.
Runners on first and second. He swings at the 1-1. That one's again up in the zone, and he will foul that one off.
And that's a good pitch for Gage to come back on after that high breaking pitch called the strike, Tyler. Comes up near the top of the zone again with a hard fastball, and the hitter's going to have in his mind that he needs to cover that part of the plate now because it was just called a strike. That's a great spot.
1-2.
Another good spot.
Again, doesn't get that one, so 2-2 now to count.
See, and that one's not going to be a strike the whole way, Tyler, but what you've got is a hitter who's going to have to think about that because of the previous strike call. That's a good pitch sequence there from Gage.
2-2, 1 out, runners on first and second. 3-0 the score here for Woods Cross. Tries to go back to the off speed, not landing it, and that moves the count to full. Full count, Woods Cross at the top of the lineup has done a good job of going with pitches with 2 strikes. Couple of Applefield base hits there in the first. The payoff. Swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to Chett this time. Chett gets the short hop. Doesn't have a chance at a double play, but a nice play here from Chett as he goes across the diamond to Zim. And we've got 2 away. Runners will advance to second and third, but 2 away after the nice play from Chett at third base.
Yeah, Tyler, that was a great play from Chett. He really made that look easier than it was. So that was a high hop coming off the turf. And you got to attack if you're the third baseman. Your step has to come in. First step's always got to be in attack mode. And it was kind of caught in between land. But Chett, with his experience, knew he had to come get it, made an easy short hop, and then quickly flipped it over to first base. Didn't take any extra time, pat his glove, or even really settle his feet. He did all that hard work before the ball got to him to put himself in a good position to throw that over there. And really wasn't even close at first base.
Blackwell's going to swing and foul off the first pitch. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Nice curveball, too far outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Wasatch trying to get out of the inning. He's already given up 2 on no hits. Gage will set, takes a look at the runner at second, now the runner at third. Delivers the 1-1, fastball in there for strike 2.
That's pitch number 57 for Gage already in this game. Still only in the top of the second inning. Scores 3-0. Wasatch down.
The 1-2, and that one's in there for strike 3. Second backwards K of the inning from Wasatch Physical Therapy. But Woods Cross is able to push 2 across on no hits, 1 error. 2 runners are left on base. It's 3-0 as we move into the bottom of the second.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the second inning at Snow Canyon High School. Second inning action brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. That's Physical at the Fit Stop. Wasatch trailing 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second.
3-4-5 up for the Wasps. Chett Wilson, Cole Zimmerman, and Carter Bucad will lead it off for the Wasps. Chett, .471 batting average, 5 RBIs, a couple of extra base hits on the year. First pitch of the inning is going to be an off-speed pitch off the outside corner for ball one. Chett hitting from the left-hand side. You could also probably say he's got a couple of attempted homicide shots in the box as well this year.
Yeah, he's hit a couple guys, knocked out some teeth this year.
This one's deep into the 5-6 hole. Shortstop comes across. It's not going to be in time. First hit of the game for Wasatch will be an infield single from Chett Wilson.
Chett Wilson has deservedly so earned a reputation as one of the best hitters in the state of Utah. And you're going to see why over the course of this game, I'm sure, Tyler, that he can cover all parts of the field. He can hit for average. He can also hit for power when he needs to. At any count, he can stay in there and hit a good barrel, whether you've got 2 strikes on him, no strikes. And Ty, he can hit any pitch as well, whether it's a breaking pitch or a fastball coming at you. And one of the things that I like the most about Chett is he seems to be a better hitter the better the pitcher is on the mound coming at him. So it's a good guy to have in your lineup for sure. Nice to get on the bases here to lead things off. See Wasatch can start chipping away at this 3-run deficit.
First base runner of the game for Wasatch is going to put Moffitt into the stretch for the first time. It's going to bring up Cole Zimmerman, .467 batting average on the year with an RBI, hitting in the 5 spot. He'll also hit from the left-hand side. Wasatch with 4 out of their first 5 hitters hitting from the left-hand side. Nice fastball there, puts it by Cole for strike 1.
Don't see that too often. Cole's a good contact hitter. Don't see a lot of pitches get by him when he wants to get after it. I don't expect this will happen too often in this one either.
Tries to go off speed. Chett's going to go. First stolen base attempt of the year, and Chett's in there. That stolen base brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more. Visit them in Midway or at gravitycoalition.com. The pitch was up in the zone for ball 1, so 1-1 the count.
Yeah, it's a good pitch to throw on if you're the catcher. Come up out of the zone a little bit on that high pitch, but just slow delivery from the pitcher coming home really didn't give the Woods Cross catcher a chance to throw him out.
Swings at the 1-1, fouls it off back to the backstop, moves the count to 1-2. Cole's going to battle now with 2 strikes. Carter Bucad on deck for the Wasps. Still trying to push their first run across, trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Moffitt lifts, delivers. Off-speed pitch is going to be a hit-and-run situation. Ground ball to the second baseman, who fields it clean. Throws out Cole at first base, but Chett will advance to third. And Wasatch now with a runner on third base with 1 out for Carter Bucad.
Good productive out there from Cole Zimmerman. And actually, if you could hear Coach Jacobson maybe on the microphone on the pitch before that, he said, do your job. Get him over here to third base. That's exactly what Cole did. And that's good baseball there, Tyler. You're not down too big right now, 3-0. And if you can chip away, get 1 run here, 1 there, you're going to be right back in this one.
High chopper to third base from Bucad. Bucad goes down the line. Nice play from the third baseman. He's able to get Bucad out at first base. That was Cole Smith with the nice play from third base. And Wasatch now with 2 outs, still with runner on first. Sorry, runner on third.
Yeah, tough one for Chett there, Tyler. Not the ball you want to take a chance on, as that one's coming right at the third baseman off the bat. So Chett has a good read, and he knows he probably shouldn't be attacking on that ball. And a good job from the third baseman come up and get it and not allow Chett a chance to advance.
He's going to bring up the sophomore, Kolden Hafen, .333 batting average and an RBI on the year. He's going to swing at the first pitch, and that's going to go foul behind the backstop. Nice off-speed pitch in there for strike 2. Hasn't landed the off-speed much in the ball game today, but he does land that one. That's going to move the count to 0-2. Wasatch still looking for that first run. The 0-2 pitch goes high for ball 1.
Came with a little more velocity on that pitch there too, Tyler. Got up at 81 on the radar. Haven't really seen that kind of velocity yet on the mound from Woods Cross.
1-2, check swing, strike 3, and Woods Cross gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and Wasatch leaves 1 runner on base at third base. It's still 3-0 as we go into the top of the third.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Napa know-how.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paint.
5, 4, 3, 2. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
It's the top of the third inning at Snow Canyon High School. Wasatch trailing 3-0 to the Woods Cross Wildcats. Third inning action brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health. Founded in 1967 to provide quality mental health care for all individuals within Utah and Wasatch counties, Wasatch Behavioral Health is a comprehensive community behavioral health center offering an array of programs and services for children, teens, and adults. That's Wasatch Behavioral Health. Tyler, the stat of the game so far is the pitch count. Gage Schiess through 2 innings at 58 pitches, and Woods Cross, on the other hand, at 27 pitches. That's not an ultra-efficient Woods Cross pitch count either, Tyler, but it's a good one, averaging under 15 pitches per inning. Wasatch, on the other hand, is nearly 30 pitches per inning, and that really tells the story, I think, of how the game's gone so far with its flow.
It's going to bring up Gavin Shoup to lead off the inning for Woods Cross here in the top of the third. He singled the left center field in his first at-bat, and he'll take ball 1 in this at-bat.
Wasatch did have a little action in the bullpen there, Tyler, between innings. See how far they want to go with Gage here. Maybe limited if that pitch count does get much higher here in this inning to have to make a move early on here.
That pitch is in there for strike 1, so 1-1 the count. I believe Shoup catching today for the Wildcats. The 1-1, nice curveball, but doesn't like it, and that moves down to 2-1.
Yeah, I didn't see whether that was outside or not, Tyler. The level certainly looked good for a strike. Must have been out off the edge of the plate.
2-1, tries to go off speed again. That one misses as well. So 3-1 now the count to Shoup. Gage back into the windup, delivers the 3-1. That one's in there. It's going to be elevated, but it's going to go just foul. Cole Zimmerman unable to get to that one, and we now fill up the count at 3-2. Third inning action is also going to allow us some time, Ty, to brag about our Wasps on campus. A lot of Wasatch athletes from spring sports playing at the next level. We'll get into that in a second. Full count pitch is too low, and that's going to be the 4th walk of the game for Gage.
It's going to bring a mound visit out here from Coach Jacobson, Ty. Usually Coach Jacobson comes out when it's time to make a pitching change, and it is time to make a pitching change. So why don't we step aside for a moment. Wasatch is going to pull Gage out here at this point. He comes out at 64 pitches on the day, and he's going to be done after 2 innings pitched. We'll be back after this.
Hi, my name is Jeff Jones with the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office. I'm assigned to the Investigations Unit as a school resource officer and detective. Having a strong bond makes it easier to talk to your kids about the hard things like underage drinking and drug use. Here are some tips for creating strong family bonds. Having fun together, spend 15 minutes of one-on-one time each day, eat meals together 5 to 7 times a week. Brought to you by the Caring Community Coalition and Wasatch Behavioral Health.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasps football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah, where we provide financial services to businesses and individuals in our community, and we are proud to support Wasatch High School. As one of the nation's top performing banks, we've been delivering exceptional value for over 70 years. So whether you're looking to grow a business or raise a family, we can help you every step of the way because your Utah is our Utah. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience the hands-on customer service that only comes from a hometown bank. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Pitching change brought to you by Tony's Tacos. Best tacos in town, but that's not all they have. Stop in for their burritos, chili rellenos, tortas, whatever you need, Mexican food. It's the best in town. Stop on into their location on Main Street. Been in business since 2001.
Since 2001, Tyler. They know what they're doing over there. The word is out, and it's never too early to think about Tony's Tacos. I know it's early in the morning here today. We're looking at it almost 10 o'clock, but that's about time for first lunch or second breakfast, whatever you want to call it over there, Tyler. You want to start thinking about Tony's Tacos and get over there and get you some carne asada, chicken, whatever sounds good to you. They've got their barbacoa that you can get, all kinds of good options.
Bo Jones will be on the mound, first varsity appearance of the year for the junior lefty. Throwing out of the stretch, and he's going to put it in there, and it's going to be fouled off, and that's going to go off of Hafen's leg. We're going to have a little bit of a pause to let Hafen walk that one off.
Yeah, that one got Hafen pretty good, Tyler. Just one of those foul balls that barely clips the bat enough to change direction, come right down into the catcher. Looks like he's okay. Got him on the top part of the leg, Tyler, just above the pads.
Give us an opportunity, Ty, to jump into some of our Wausau on campus. 9 Wasatch baseball and softball players playing at the next level this year and have gotten time at the next level. Not only are on the team, but are getting time. Let's start with some softball players. Ty Kendall Purdy, a freshman at Salt Lake Community College, hitting .500 with an RBI, 5 stolen bases for the 16-7 Bruins down at Salt Lake Community College.
That's pretty good, Tyler. I feel like stealing bases in softball a little more impressive to me than baseball, simply because you don't get a lead off and do things the same way that you do in baseball. And that's an impressive number. Maybe more telling than anything else there is the 5 stolen bases for Purdy.
0-2 count as he lands the off speed. The batter is Will Barr. He grounded out to the second baseman in his first at bat on a slow roller. The 0-2, that one's in there. It's going to be a sharp ground ball to shortstop. Bucad to Gutierrez to Zimmerman. The 6-4-3 double play. And Wasatch has 2 outs in inning. That double play brought to you by Physical at the pit stop.
Oh, Ty, you got to love that. Come in and start pumping the zone right now. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and the last one the best. In play, hard ground ball to your shortstop, and you know Carter Bucad is going to be reliable, Tyler. He's had a little bit of a shaky start to the season, but he's got a full season as a sophomore where he was just absolutely lights out at shortstop, and so you're going to continue to feel good about balls being hit in his direction, and he handles that one well and gets your tailor-made 6-4-3 double play.
Misses inside to Tyson DeVore. DeVore walked and scored in his first at bat. That one's going to be swung on, elevated to deep center field. Tragun Shaw goes back, settles underneath it and makes the play. Wasatch has their first Physical at the pit stop goose egg inning of the day. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's still 3-0 as we go into the bottom of the third.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the third brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in Utah. The Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station. 3-0 here in the bottom of the third. Wasatch trails. Let's jump into some more of our Wausau campus tie. Paige Armendariz, the Wasatch star, playing down at Utah Valley University, hitting .214, a double, 3 RBIs for the 8-15 Wolverines.
Ty, I'm going to respond to that in a minute, but Jones must be done because Gage Schiess, unless did they make another move defensively? Did Gage go in somewhere and I missed that defensively?
No, so I think, but you also can declare a pitcher DH, Ty. So
so they're probably DHing here. That's what's going to happen. Okay.
I'm not sure if that's what they're doing, but they can do that. Gage is going to take strike one. 167 batting average on the year for the senior. Takes ball one, 1-1 now the count after the first two pitches. Leading off for the Wasps will be Gage Schiess, Tad Solser, and then back to the top of the order, DeCrew Erickson. The 1-1 goes off speed, low and away, ball 2.
Hey, high energy all day, boys. Let's go.
Moffitt back on the mound. Has been good for Woods Cross. 2 scoreless innings. That one at the belt, called strike 2, 2-2 now the count. Wasatch giving up 3 runs on 3 hits and 4 walks so far in the ballgame. Wasatch with only 1 base runner. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 3 on the day for the Wasps. That's going to bring up Tad Solser, the senior, 0 for 2 on the year with 3 walks. So 5 plate appearances, been able to reach base 60% of the time, 0 for 2 in the other ones. Playing right field today is the senior. First pitch is swung on, fouled straight back into the catcher's glove for strike 1. Other Wausau campus, we wanted to give a shout out to Ty Nick Greenhot down at Vassar College in New York. He's hitting .235 this year with 2 RBIs, a couple of stolen bases for Nick, and Vassar's 9-5 on the year.
Couple stolen bases there, huh?
Stolen bases.
Big man on the move. That was not a theme for him when he was playing at Wasatch. He was trotting around the bases usually when he was playing here.
2-1 the count here to Tad Solser. The theme with a lot of these players, Ty, as I read off the records, is Wasatch started there. This is going to be swung on. It's a ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman throws it high. Does he keep his foot on the bag? He does, and Tad Solser is called out at first on the play from the third baseman to the first.
That's a heck of a play by the first baseman to stay on that ball, Tyler. That pulled him off pretty far over on the first base line side going into the first base dugout. But nice piece of footwork there to shuffle over and shift from his left foot on the bag to the right foot and reach across and keep that ball in there and make the out. All while Solster's bearing down at him.
It's going to bring up Crew Erickson, who popped out to the first baseman in foul territory in his first at bat. It's going to take strike 1, back up to the top of the order. Moffitt into the windup, delivers the 0-1. Curveball, too low, 1-1 now the count. To finish my thought, Ty, a lot of these players went to programs that weren't doing well on the record side of things, and now as I read off some of these Wasps on campus, winning records, and they've really helped turn the programs around where they're at. And Vassar is one of those. We're 9-5 on the year. They're really having a good year with Nick. 2-1 to count.
Nick's an important part of that, Tyler. He's been a staple in their lineup, and if you talk to the coaches out there at Vassar, they felt like they got 4 or 5 guys in that class with Greenhot, him being one of them, that they felt like could play at the D1 level. And if they could keep them together as a group, that they would be really competitive. And you're seeing those results a couple years later where they've got some high-quality players out there, of course, led by former Wasatch Nick Greenhot. And Ty, he's still in bases, but he's doing plenty of trotting around the bases over there at Vassar as well. He's been really good for them.
2-2 count is up and in. Fills up the count with 2 outs. The pitch swung on, a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop bobbles it. picks it up. Not going to be in time. The error by the shortstop gives Wasatch a base runner with 2 outs. But any base runner with Crew Erickson is going to be challenging for the Woods Cross Wasps.
Yeah, do you just want to call that a two-bag error at this point, Tyler? Going to put Crew in motion here pretty quickly, I'd imagine. See if he can steal second and get in scoring position here for Tragun.
He's going to bring up Tragun Shaw, as mentioned. He grounded out to the pitcher in his first at-bat. Came in hitting .375 with 5 RBIs.
Feels like Wasatch just needs to kind of break the lid off of this thing, Tyler. They're close.
Crew fakes like he's going to second base. Tragun's going to swing at it. Fouls it straight back to the backstop. 1 strike. 2 outs. Runner on first. Still no score for the Wasps.
You've talked about a lot of these Wasps on campus, Ty. Any stand out to you more than others that you're seeing as far as some of these players and maybe more instant playing time than maybe was expected, or like Nick playing different positions and stealing bases? What stands out to you?
So we've only gone through Nick. We got 6 more baseball guys that are playing at the next level. But let's jump right down to the freshman Jackson Bollinger up at Lane Community College. As a freshman, he has the most appearances out of the bullpen. He's appeared in 6 games, thrown 6 2/3 innings, a 2.7 ERA, 2-0 on the year with 2 saves. So he's responsible for 4 of their 10 wins that they have. And again, Lane 10-4 on the year, really having a good year. And Jackson Bollinger doing his thing, 6 strikeouts in those 6 2/3 innings.
I love seeing that he's getting the chances late when you need the big outs, Tyler, and that's something that coaches like to talk about. He's got another foul ball here from Shaw. Is you want your best guy getting the biggest outs at the end of the game. And so often people make a big deal about starters, and they want to be the starters. There's a lot of glory to starting, right? But you want your best guy on the mound when the game is on the line, and that's exactly what Jackson Bollinger is there at Lane Community College. Is he's their best. He's the one they're going to when they need to seal the deal when the game is tight.
This one's going to be swung on, and it's roped down the right field line. Will it stay fair? It does stay fair. It gets by the right fielder. Crew, rounding third, will come in to score, and Tragun will have his second triple of the season. Big time 2-out hit there from Tragun Shaw, and Wasatch has their first run of the ball game, brought to you by Physical at the pit stop.
Shaw hammered that ball, Tyler. Got his hands through that one. 0-2 count. Tragun not fooled at all. Drove a deep ball down the line. And that's going to break the lid off of this thing. It feels like once Wasatch gets this thing rolling, they can really start pouring this on. See if Alex can get another one across here with 2 outs.
Alex struck out on a check swing on his first at bat. One look at Tragun at third. Delivers. This one's going to be swung on and roped foul down the left side. Wasatch trails still 3-1, but we're able to push that one across on the triple from Tragun Shaw, an early nominee for our Good Spot A play of the game. The 0-1 to Alex is off speed, and it's in there for strike 2. 0-2 now the count. Moffitt comes back nicely after giving up the triple down the line. Up 0-2 here to Alex. Throws with fastball, and Alex battles that one away. Moves the count to, or keeps the count at 0-2. Other shout-outs, Ty, also up at Lane Community College. Jackson Kelson, the 2 Jacksons that were stars on the mound. He's got 2 appearances, 2 innings pitched, a 4.5 ERA, and has a win on the year. One of his appearances resulted in a win. So another foul ball here. So the Wasatch pitching staff up there, 5 wins under their belt, are responsible for 5
out of the 10 wins for Lane Community College. That's incredible. And you've said, Tyler, the weight room's been pretty good to Jackson Kelson as well, right? He's
really good.
Both those guys, actually. Jackson Bollinger about 20 pounds heavier as well at Lane Community College, and Jackson Kelson also putting some size on up there as well. Ty, how about this for a stat of the day? Alex Gutierrez is finally, we have a ball making the count 1-2. 9 foul balls from Alex already on the day. 9. And we're in the 3rd inning. This is only his 2nd at bat. I'm going to keep track of that number in this game.
2-2 now the count as Moffitt misses low on the off speed and then tries to go upstairs with a fastball. It's going to tie the count at 2-2. Deuces with 2 outs and a runner on third. Alex in the back of the box. Moffitt delivers the 2-2. Another off speed, too far outside, and we've got a full count.
51 pitches on the game here for Woods Cross. Gutierrez is responsible for seeing 15 out of those 51 at this point.
Swings and, hey, another foul ball.
Hey, make it 10. Double digits already for Alex. I mean, if you got to keep the foul balls like you do in big league games, Alex is going to be the hero. I mean, he's handing out souvenirs left and right.
Is that a stat, like, as you get, like, into, like, the single A and double A, like, those programs that don't have a lot of money, they're like, we don't want to take this guy.
We can't afford to waste that many balls. I mean, those MLB balls are, what, $6 a pop? Alex has pumped through $60 in baseballs already today if you're in that game.
That's what we need to track. Fastball too far outside, and Alex Gutierrez gets on base with the base on balls, as after getting 2 outs to lead off the bottom of the third, Wasatch with 3 straight base runners, and now with runners on the corners, Chett Wilson, who had an infield single in his first at-bat, comes to the plate.
It makes you curious, doesn't it? How much does Major League Baseball spend in baseballs per game and maybe per year? If you take a player like Gutierrez alone, if it's a big league game, he's over $60 worth in baseballs. And we're in the third inning.
Chett's going to rope a curveball down the first base side, but foul. 1 strike, no balls, runners on the corners with 2 outs. Wasatch able to push their first run across, but still trail 3-1. Moffitt delivers, fastball, too far outside, 1-1 now to count.
If you're Coach Jackson, you'd probably like to pick a spot where you can get Gutierrez in motion, but you got to pick wisely because you probably don't want to straight still and blow a chance potentially with Shaw on third and your best hitter coming up. So you want him to be in motion on a hittable pitch for Wilson.
Chett behind on the 1-1 will foul this one. It was good contact, but foul down the left side. So now a battle, 1-2 to count.
And it's not that Alex is not capable of stealing a bag straight up, because he is, but he's not also one of your fastest guys here on the team either. And so you want to make sure you don't take the bat out of your best hitter's hands when there's a runner in scoring position. And that's why you got to be cautious here on how and when you put a runner in motion. This isn't necessarily a bad spot here, Tyler. 1-2. There have been a lot of off-speed pitches. And if it's a fastball, you know Chett's going to be on top of that.
Thought that wasn't a pause there, Ty, by the pitcher. He's going to do a third to first move. Wasatch doesn't bite, so we'll reset with 1-2. Still runners on the corners. Moffitt comes set, delivers. Off speed too high, moves count 2-2. Another deuces opportunity here for Chett.
So again, this is a pretty good time to send the runner here, Tyler, because either you've got to come with a breaking pitch here because you don't want to go full count breaking pitch if you can avoid that. So this would be a good spot for breaking pitch, and if it's a fastball, Chett can get on it.
Runner does not go. Fastball, Chett was on it. It's fouled straight back to the backstop, and we'll reset again at 2-2. Cole Zimmerman on deck.
I think that was a good defensive swing there from Chett, Ty. I think he was looking for a breaking pitch there.
The 2-2. Moffitt delivers. Swung on this one's roped to up the middle. It gets down. Another run will come in. And Wasatch, after having 2 outs right off the bat, have Crew reached on an error, a triple by Tragun, a base on balls, and now Chett Wilson with an RBI single. And Wasatch now trails only by 1, 3-2 on the Dorries Dental scoreboard.
Going to have a mound visit here, Tyler, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. And seniors coming through for Wasatch. This is a former Wasatch High School head baseball coach, Mike Scholl, talked about how the seniors are the ones that have to lead out for you. And you'll go as far as the seniors can take you, basically, with their leadership skills. And Wasatch needed to pick me up early in this one at Snow Canyon High School against Woods Cross. And who's picked him up? Well, Crew Erickson found his way on base. Senior. Tragun Shaw, senior, gets up and ropes a triple down the right field line. Alex Gutierrez works another great at-bat and a walk, and then Chett Wilson, another senior. All 4 of these guys seniors with 2 outs, getting knocks and getting 2 runs across the board. Wasatch right back in it. 3-2 is the score, and they're not done yet. Another senior stepping into the box here in Cole Zimmerman, who's more than capable of putting a couple more runs on the board here for Wasatch if he can get another big 2-out knock.
Cole Zimmerman grounded out to the second baseman in his first at bat. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Wasatch with 2 runs here in the bottom of the third. Fastball low and outside for ball 1. Another Wasp on campus shout-out, Ty. Jack Bluth, the freshman down at Slick, leading off and playing second base, hitting 163, but a 353 on-base percentage, 5 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. Slick is 11-9 on the year and 9-3 in conference play.
You say 5 stolen bases for Jack as well.
Yeah.
And that one's a fun one to keep track of, Tyler, because that signing came late for Jack. That actually came after the season ended last year. where he decided to go play there. Salt Lake Community College came in late after watching him have a good state tournament, and all he's done was go win a starting spot and is their leadoff guy. It's really fun watching him be successful down there.
2-0 the count with 2 outs to Cole Zimmerman. Moffitt, one look, delivers the 2-0. Swung on, it's right up the middle. Second baseman's going to get a candy hop, steps on the bag, and they get out of the inning. But not before Wasatch scores 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error. They do leave 2 on base. It's 3-2 as we move in to the top half of the 4th.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the 4th brought to you by Country Garden and Nursery, the only one-stop shop for everything garden and yard related. Stop in for your indoor plant shop and for the plant of the month. And again, Ty, you may not believe that we're actually going to have that opportunity to plant some things, but it will come, and stop on into Country Gardens and Nursery. Wasatch trails 3-2 after putting up 2 runs there in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That is your Dorius Dental scoreboard update.
Down here in St. George for baseball, isn't it? Sun is shining. Beautiful weather all of a sudden. Weren't sure this morning when we saw the snow and the frost on the way over here to the field, but it turned out to be a great day.
Nice off-speed pitch and a foul ball. Leadoff batter will be number 5, Alex Holdstock. Bo Jones still on the mound. So to go back to your question, Tyler, so a new rule in Wasatch in high school baseball actually happened 2 or 3 years ago, was when you could declare a pitcher DH or a position player DH. So the pitcher starts on the mound, and then you can say that he's going to be the DH after he comes out. And so that's what they're doing with Gage Schiess. This ball's going to be smoked to the third base side. It's in the 5-6 hole. Chett gets his glove on it, not able to get it in. I think they're going to give that a single and a leadoff base runner for the Wildcats.
Ty, I know it's a really short sample size here, but Bo Jones looking good, coming in relief in this one. Got out of a jam last inning and did so quickly. Only took 5 pitches. He's got a double play and then a fly ball to Shaw. And already in this one, you like seeing him come after the first hitter and throwing a lot of balls inside the strike zone. It's what you want from your relievers.
Pinch runner is going to be Chase Simmons, a junior for the Wildcats. He'll be on first base. Nobody out. They do rule that a hit, so that'll be the 4th hit of the game for the Wildcats. Bo working out of the stretch brings up number 25, R.J. Jones. 1 for 2 on the year coming into this one. He's going to take strike 1. Continue on our Wasp on Campus update, Ty. The Stocking brothers, both at Alabama A&M. Chandler hitting .200 with a .417 on-base percentage, 10 RBIs, 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 stolen bases for Alabama A&M, who are 10-9 on the year. This one's going to be a hard ground ball at Carter. Carter's going to knock it down, flips it to Gutierrez for 1. That ball's going to sail. Oh, it looked like it would sail over Cole Zimmerman's head.
Can't get a ball over Cole Zimmerman's head, can you? I mean, he's 6'5" over there, it looks like, and can stretch out those arms and get you up close to 8-9 feet, and he ain't even jump for that one to keep that one in.
Good job there from Ty. He got caught in the tweener hop is what we call that, where it wasn't a short hop, wasn't a long hop. I mean, he decides just to body it. He's able to flip it over to second base, gets the leadoff guy, so 1 away after a couple of ground balls here from Bo Jones on the mound. It's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Kason Lithgow. Lithgow walked in his first at bat. Jones, a couple of looks, now takes a third look. High leg kick, delivers. It's a fastball. Shallow center field. This one's going to be tough to get to. Tragun shot coming up, not going to get there. He's going to try to get the leadoff runner at second base. Not in time. The ball's going to squirt away. Jones with a good backup, but a tough Texas Leaguer single, and Woods Cross has 2 runners on base.
Yeah, these guys aren't getting good contact here on Jones, are they, Tyler? I mean, that's a flare ball, and then he's getting other guys to just pound the ball into the ground, trying to pull the ball on a left-handed pitcher. And really that's an indicator here to this youth of Woods Cross that with the right-handed pitcher up in Schiess, they were more up the middle the other way, bringing a lefty, and the different action out of the hand there is causing them to be a little less disciplined. And they're trying to pull the ball on a lefty, which is usually not good results. And you're getting a lot of hard ground balls towards third base and shortstop here from Woods Cross. Another one would be nice to have right now.
Leadoff hitter is Cole Smith. He'll come up with runners on first and second. Couple of looks from Jones. Tries to go off speed. Smith thinks about it, but lays off, and that's going to move the count to 2-0. Smith did have a ground ball to the shortstop in his last at-bat. Singled up the middle in his first. So he's been up the middle his last 2 at-bats. Jones comes set, takes a look, now tries a pickoff move, doesn't throw it, but it's not, does keep the runner at second base. Good lead from the runner at second base. Kelton Stocking also down at Alabama A&M Ty, a freshman, has 2 plate appearances on the year, wasn't able to get a hit in either of those 2 plate appearances, but the freshman getting early action down at Alabama A&M.
Yeah, and that's significant, right? I mean, that's a D1 program down there at Alabama A&M. And Kelson Stocking already into the lineup a couple times as a freshman.
Runner goes at second base. High pitch. Hafen throws down to third. Not in time. Runner will advance to second base as well. So the double still works for the Wildcats. And it's a 3-1 count to the leadoff hitter, Smith. We talked to Coach Jacobson last week on a double steal that Pineview had, I believe, or was it Juan Diego, where they tried to back to the second base, and that would have been an opportunity on that one. A pretty good jump by the runner at second, but the runner at first was waiting for the throw. That one's high as well, ball 4, so that's the first walk of the game for Bo, and that's going to load the bases for Max Moffitt, who's had a single and an RBI in his first at-bat and then grounded out to third base in his last at-bat.
Yeah, has a chance to help his cause out here. The starting pitcher for Woods Cross is Moffitt, stepping into the box.
One last Wasp on campus update, Ty. Noah Turley playing some Big 12 baseball down at Oklahoma State, has 8 plate appearances, has 1 home run, and a solo home run in his 8 opportunities. For the Cowboys, who are 17-5 on the year.
Yeah, that's a big-time baseball program down there at Oklahoma State. That Big 12 baseball is competitive as far as national title contenders. So Noah playing on the most serious of teams here for baseball. But I'm a little surprised, Tyler, that he hasn't got more time. As a freshman, All-American at Yavapai, hit over 20 home runs. And then at Arizona last year was a little bit in and out of the lineup. So this is his 3rd team in 3 years in college. But he did have a grand slam in the College World Series last year for Arizona. So a little surprised he's only got 8 plate appearances there for Oklahoma State. And his 1 hit, no surprise there that it was a home run.
Jones gets ahead 0-2, misses high for the 3rd pitch, moves the count to 1-2. Good job of Bo coming back after his first walk. Moffitt, a dangerous hitter. The 1-2 with the bases juiced. Gets him to swing at a pitch that's low in the zone. Gutierrez is going to go back into shallow right field. He's going to catch it, and he hesitates for a second. Now the throw will come home, and the runner will go back to third base. Good play there from Alex Gutierrez. Good job by the dugout of calling that one coming home. That's a dangerous one, Ty, and oftentimes as a third base coach, I would send the runner on that. Your second baseman is traditionally, the weakest arm on the team. He's going away from the plate, and it's tough to have him throw a dime home if you got some speed at third base. Gutierrez did throw a strike home.
You say that like it's going to take a shot at Alex, the weakest arm, but let's defend you. You were second baseman yourself too, right?
And I was the weakest arm on the team. Let's say it how it is. 2 away here with the bases juiced in the top of the 4th.
You're right. It was a strike though. You send him on that one, and Alex is going to have him out by about 20 feet because he made a good throw there back home to Hafen.
Blackwell's 0 for 2 on the day. He's in the box right now. The number 3 hitter grounded out at the second baseman and struck out looking. He's going to swing at this one. Lazy ground ball to the pitcher. Jones is going to throw over to first. Great play from Cole Zimmerman with the runner bearing down, and Bo Jones gets out of it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 are left on base. Wasatch gets out of a jam, and they still only trail by 1 going into the bottom of the 4th.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process, and it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the 4th inning at Snow Canyon High School, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. That's Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Wasatch trailing 3-2 to Woods Cross as we head into the bottom of the 4th.
Ty, our first look at Bo Jones this year and your early impressions on the little lefty out on the
Really
mound.
like what I'm seeing from Bo Jones, Tyler. You know I'm going to give high praise to anyone that throws strikes. But he came in a tough spot. Wasatch reeling down 3-0, runners on base, and he's been effective. He's gotten ground balls. He's not trying to overpower the other team. He just keeps putting it in the zone and letting his defense run and take care of business behind him. I think he's doing a great job.
Carter Bacard leads off the inning. He'll be followed by Hafen and then Gage Schiess in the hole. Boucard's going to take strike 1. Now takes an off-speed pitch. Looked pretty good, but it's going to be too far inside, I believe. 1-1 now the count.
I actually put that down as a strike, Tyler. I thought that was a strike because it did look so good.
1-1, swings at the fastball, fouls it off, moves count to 1-2. 4th inning action is going to bring us an update on the soccer side of things, Ty. And as you'd expect, soccer 3-0. 3-1 win over Bingham, a 1-0 win over Olympus, and a 4-3 victory over Park City. There's a base knock up the middle from Carter Boucard. He gets an off-speed pitch, goes with it up the middle, and Boucard has a leadoff single for the Wasps here in the bottom of the 4th. He's going to bring up the sophomore Hafen.
I was going to tell you, I just really like Carter's approach to the game. I just love how he plays at shortstop. He's got good hands. He's got a good mental state. And there in the box, you get 2 strikes on him, and he's just poised. He's disciplined. It's a good, nice ground ball, inside out, attacking that one. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Finds a way to get the job done.
Hafen's going to square on the first pitch, pulls back, but it is in there for strike 1. So 0-1 the count. Leadoff guy on represents the tying run here in the bottom of the 4th. Wasatch trails 3-2 right now to the Wildcats of Woods Cross. Another fastball. And he does get a piece of, in fact, it goes off his finger, and it's going to go back and knock the catcher right in the chest protector. He's going to take a break. This break in the action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. So 0-2 now the count, and Hafen's got some work to do, battling 0-2.
Yeah, it's the story of a catcher's life, Tyler, getting beat up, but usually you don't think you're getting beat up when you're batting. But catchers get, nicked with the baseball left and right all over the place, whether it's foul ball getting you on the toe or maybe a glove getting crossed over and your thumb getting jammed. Now add to that a bunt attempt that goes off the finger.
Chopper to the second baseman. Good play from the second baseman. Switches his feet, is able to still get Boucard at second base. Tough break there. Boucard, it was just right timing. He had to pause to let the ball go free. With that slow roller, you think that maybe he can get over to second base. But 1 away, still a runner on first base is Hafen. Should have a speed-up guy here. It's going to be Gage Schiess that's going to come up to the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat.
Burdett's going to come on to be the courtesy runner here for Hafen.
Going back to the soccer team, Ty, to show the depth that Coach Henry has this year. 3 games, 8 goals, 6 different scorers already for the Wasps. Mark Carrillo, Hunter Cosper, Gilberto Vargas, Diego Magana, Liam Davis, and Cole Simpson, all with goals this year for Coach Henry. They're on the pitch again today against Viewmont High School.
Well, Ty, in those previous wins you brought up for the soccer team, those are big-time soccer programs. I mean, those aren't cheap wins that you're getting over the likes of Brighton and Olympus and schools like that.
Gage Schiess is going to take ball. Burdett thinks about it. He's going to have to scamper back to first base. Does get back in time. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 runner on base, 1 away for the Wasps, trying to tie this ball game up here in the bottom of the 4th. 3-2 the score. Gage back in the box. Scoots up in the box a little bit. Moffitt, the starter, still on the mound for the Wildcats. Long pause. Delivers the 1-0. Fastball in there for strike 1. On deck is Tad Sulcer, who grounded out to the third baseman, his first at bat, and then we'll go back to the top of the order. Burdett, speed-up runner last year, has a good lead over at first base. Good athlete. It has started in right field a couple of games for the Wasps. He's going to pick off. He was leaning towards second base. Ball's going to get away from the first baseman, and he's not going to be able to get. Good hustle from the first baseman to Woods Cross. Burdett will stay at first base. Was leaning to second base, was able to get back in time. Moffitt kind of frustrated himself as he was a pretty good move, just didn't put it on the money. Good hustle there from Harley Vitrilli, the player that they're DHing for today.
Over there at first base.
Unless I'm seeing the wrong number, which is possible. 1-1 count. Burdett, another good lead. He's not going to go, and Gage well behind that fastball, moves the count to 1-2.
Yeah, Coach Dixon, if he did have a steal on the pitch before, took it off on that one after that pickoff attempt. Puts the signs down here, see if Burdett's in motion on this one.
Moffitt sets. Long pause. Switches up the timing, delivers. And, the catcher wanted it, but the umpire doesn't like it. 2-2 the count. Burdett again takes a 4-step lead, settles, takes another half step, puts his cleats in the dirt. The 2-2 swung on, and it's roped down the right side. That's a base knock through the 3-4 hole. Burdett's going to go from first to third. The throw not in time, and Wasatch has runners on the corners with 1 out.
Shades of Guy Meekum in 2005, that state tournament game, Tyler, before Zach Larson's game-winning home run in that one. Guy Meekum, who was a great shortstop for Wasatch, ended up going and getting a full scholarship to play shortstop at SUU before their program disbanded. He got a hit just like that. The Gage had a triple, actually, that ended up down the right field line.
Really
Gage helped to a single, but yeah, that's kind of the flashback on this field. You see a hit like that going down past the first baseman, and I'll never not think about that hit from Guy Meekum. Nice job from Gage to battle off with 2 strikes and get a knock.
Tad's going to come up, grounded out to the third baseman. He takes strike 1. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Wasatch threatening again. This one gets outside. Gage is going to go. Back pick, not in time to Burdett. Nearly got away from the third baseman. Great play there from the third baseman, Cole Smith, who got up in order to keep that one out of left field and keeps Wasatch without scoring. But now 2 ducks on the pond, runner on second and third. Tad Sulcer, I think 1-1. Is it a 1-1 count? I had a strike from strike 1.
So that would be 1-1 here, Tyler.
I think it's 1-1.
Yeah.
Woods Cross is going to bring up the infield. All the infield up on the grass. The pitch, too far up, moves count to 2-1. Crew Erickson on the on-deck circle. The leadoff hitter for the Wasps. Woods Cross Coast pacing over in front of their dugout. The 2-1. Swung on, just missed that one. That one's going to go foul back into the softball
and he
field.
was on that, Tyler. Ted got exactly what he was looking for. Balanced and aggressive, just missed that ball. That was a good swing there from 11 for Wasatch.
Ties up the count at 2-2. Runner on second and third. Infield in, the 2-2. Swung on, and that one's going to go off the umpire's mask. We'll have a little bit of a pause in the action to let him regroup, and we'll reset at 2-2. Good at bat here from Tad, right on both fastballs. Going back to that hit by Gage, Ty, the pitcher did exactly what you're supposed to, right? Like, Gage was way behind the fastball for strike 2, and a great job from Gage of speeding up the hands just enough to get that fair down the right field side.
Yeah, kind of flip that outside fastball down the first baseline. Senior again coming through. Wasatch's seniors stepped up in this one.
Moffitt digs a little bit, delivers the 2-2. That one's in the dirt. Doesn't get away from the catcher. Good play there from the catcher. It stays here, and now we got a full count with runners on second and third.
This is a great at-bat from Tad Tyler. 9-hitter. If you're Woods Cross with a runner on second and third, you kind of get in your mind, okay, 8, 9 hitters coming up. We can get out of this thing. And Tad is just not making it easy for him. Tad's up there doing a great job of battling off good pitches and making Woods Cross work for this.
The full count pitch, though, is in there. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good pitch there from Moffitt. Looked like Tulsa was fooled a little bit on that one. And that's going to bring up leadoff hitter Crew Erickson with 2 RBI opportunity. Erickson popped out to the first baseman and then reached on an error in the third inning and ended up scoring and really sparked that 2-run third inning. Wasatch trying to tie this game up, and the leading run on second base with 2 outs.
Coach Shakeson pulled Crew aside before he stepped into the box here. Curious what that conversation was about.
The pitch, it's a curveball, too far outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count, 2 outs, runners on second and third in the bottom of the fourth. Crew Erickson already with 2 RBIs on the year. The pitch, fastball, this one's roped to left field. Does it get over the left fielder's head? It will not. Tough break. The good barrel is right at the left fielder, and Woods Cross gets out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 are left on base. It's 3-2 as we head into the 5th.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no-pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Well, folks.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Your 5th inning action is brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Tom Stone and Guild Mortgage and his team will help you find the perfect mortgage that fits your situation. It will be painless and easy. Wasatch trails 3-2 as we go into the top of the 5th. And as you look at the scoreboard tie, very similar. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Wildcats. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Wasps. The difference right now comes down to the walks, right? Wasatch
walks
with
and
4
errors.
walks.
4 walks, and 2 of those runs got in on an error from Wasatch. So the walks and errors are making the difference in this.
Gavin Shoup will come up, singled in his first at-bat, and then walked in his second at-bat. Hayfin does a good job of smothering ball 1.
It's really too bad, though, because Crew Erickson right on that ball in his last at-bat. It just went right at the left fielder, so you got runners on second and third and have a fantastic barrel there from your leadoff hitter. But sometimes it just goes right at the defender, and that's what happened on that particular play.
Misses low again, so 2-0 now the count. Shoup was the last hitter that Schiess faced before Bo Jones came in, and Bo's been good, Ty. 2 innings pitched, no runs given up so far for Bo. He's fallen down 2-0, though, and he does get the fastball on the bottom half of the zone in there for strike 1. Good pitch on the 2-0. 2-1 the count. Your infield again today for the Wasps. Chett Wilson at third, shortstop Carter Bucad, second baseman Alex Gutierrez, and Cole Zimmerman. The 2-1, swung on it. It's going to be a ground ball at the middle. Gutierrez goes a bit to the backhand, fields it, throws it across the diamond. Cole Zimmerman can't come up with the dig. Would have been a good play from Cole, and can't get it, so it's going to be a leadoff base runner for the Wildcats.
That was good range from Alex to go over and get that backhand, Tyler. It would have been a really good play if he would have been able to plant and deliver a strike over there. Did everything he could to give his team a chance.
They are going to give an error on that one, Ty, on the throw. So that's going to be the second error of the game for Wasatch. And it puts the leadoff guy on. It's going to be Will Barr, who grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. He was the first batter that Jones faced when he came in. Couple of ground outs in the game for Barr. Pickoff move nearly goes into the right field side. Good hang there from Cole Zimmerman. He's made a couple of nice plays over at first base.
Yeah, it's fun talking to Cole coming in after that last inning, Tyler. He was grinning, and you called it on the radio saying that's a great play from Cole, and he knew it too coming in. He made it look so much easier than it actually was there at first base on that inning play last inning.
Ball's going to be elevated to shallow center field. Tragun Shaw will call off Carter Bucad, and we got one away here in the top of the fifth. It's going to bring up the lefty, number 24, Tyson DeVore. Walked in his first at bat and then flew out to deep center field in his second at bat. Had a good barrel. Came into this game 0 for 1. Jones sets, takes a look. Slide steps this time. This one's going to be up in the zone, but it's swung on and fouled off, foul into the left side.
Looking around the diamond on every pitch here, Tyler, these Wasatch defenders they're engaged really well in this game right now, even out in the outfield. Each of the three outfielders getting good prep steps into the pitch. Wasatch looks locked in and ready to go in this one.
Couple of looks. This one's going to be roped at Alex. Alex catches it, throws it to first. Double play. Wasatch gets out of the inning. That double play brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bike, ski, snowboard, skateboards, and more. Third scoreless inning for Bo Jones, and Wasatch still trails 3-2. We'll keep it here for the fifth inning stretch, brought to you by Gill Mortgage. No runs on no hits, one error, and nobody left on base for Woods Cross in the inning time. I'm going to throw it over to you for our Gordon Law Group game recap.
Well, Ty, let's start in the first inning where Woods Cross, the visitors, got most of their hits in their first few batters. They've got 5 hits on the game. 3 of those came in the first 4 hitters, and they were able to get 1 run in the first inning on those 3 hits. Wasatch has shut them down pretty well at that point. In the bottom of the first, Wasatch got no runs as they went 3 up, 3 down. And in the top of the second is where things really just got a little bit dicey for the Wasps for a little bit. 3 walks in the inning, and it resulted in 2 runs after an error was also made up the middle from Wasatch. That allowed the 2 runs to come in, so none of those earned in the second inning for Woods Cross, but they took a 3-0 lead over Wasatch at that point. Wasatch was again held scoreless in the bottom of the second before getting their scoring going in the third inning. But before I get to the Wasatch scoring, maybe the moment of the game so far, Tyler, Gage Schiess had a leadoff walk there in the third inning. Wasatch made a pitching change, and they went to Jones, and this is his first time on the mound for Wasatch this year. The lefty underclassman is getting the job done, though. Tyler got a quick double play ball and then got a fly ball. It only took 5 pitches for Jones to get out of that third inning relief situation that he came into. And from that point, Jones has put up 3 straight goose eggs on the board. Third inning, fourth inning, and fifth inning go scoreless for Woods Cross. Wasatch, on the other hand, has started climbing their way back in the third inning. Wasatch put 2 runs on the board, in large part due to a Tragun Shaw triple that scored Crew Erickson first. And then Shaw was able to come in on a Chett Wilson single. And our score currently sits at 3-2 as Wasatch heads to the bottom of the fifth inning. That is your Guild Mortgage fifth inning game recap.
Guild Mortgage once again. Stop on in and visit Tom Stone and his team to find the right mortgage situation for you. Pitching change for Woods Cross. Number 32, a freshman, Beckham Stenger, will come on to the game. Pitching change brought to you by Tony's Tacos. Best tacos in town, but that's not all they have. Stop in for their burritos, chili rellenos, tortas, anything you need. They're on Main Street, been in business since 2001. Ball 1, and now Tragun's going to swing at this one. A sharp ground ball to the second baseman. He fields it, throws it over to first base. 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth.
Only seen a couple pitches, but Woods Cross trying to come back with a little more velocity, it looks like, Tyler. Got a thrower on the mound here that's a little bit harder. Their starter would be between 75 and 80, kind of on the fastball here. This one looks like he's a little bit more in the mid-80s with the fastball. But I think that plays to Wasatch's strength. I think mid-fastballs like that in the mid-80s, Wasatch usually is able to get their hands on. and get the barrel through. And you can see there a shot right on the barrel, just again right at the defender.
Fastball in there for strike one to Gutierrez. He's going to swing, just misses that one. So 0-2 the count to Alex Gutierrez, who struck out in his first at-bat, walked in his second at-bat.
Hey, another foul ball from Alex. Make it 11 today on the game for Gutierrez.
0-2 goes with the off-speed. Nice off-speed. The catcher thought it was a strike. He was ready to throw it down to third base. Umpire disagrees. 1-2 the count.
I thought because of where they called the first strike that they would call that one a strike as well. So I was of the same wavelength with the catcher. Not that I necessarily thought that should be called a strike, but the consistency of the umpire would make you think that that one should have been in his zone. Glad it wasn't.
Misses outside, so now the count moves to 2-2. That scoring summary tie was brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that.
Gutierrez has gone to a full count every at-bat in the game here.
Check swing gets away from the catcher. Gutierrez just stayed in the box. Catcher tags him. They check the runner or check the hitter down at first base. First base umpire says he did not go, and we got a full count. Payoff pitch here. Fastball, and, yeah, you heard right, foul ball from Alex Gutierrez.
Right above our microphone that we've got over here, Tyler. Probably heard that one a little more clear than the other foul balls. So make it 12 foul balls on the game so far for Alex in his 3 at-bats.
Swings at this one. It's elevated to left field, left center field. Left fielder goes over and makes the grab. 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. Chett comes in 2 for 2 on the day, Ty. Singled to the shortstop on an infield hit in his first at-bat, and then singled to center field and brought in an RBI in his second at-bat. Puts him up over 500 again on the year.
Yeah, he's having a great season here, Tyler. 10 hits now on the year for Chett. Couple doubles, 6 RBIs, now on the season.
He scoots up in the box, Ty, even more than he had against Moffitt. He's going to take ball 1, 1-0 the count. He can tie this thing up with 1 swing. Another curveball, gets the outside corner that time, moves the count to 1-1. Third baseman playing way back, and Chett's taking a look at it. See if we maybe have him lay down a bunt down the third base side. The 1-1 swung on just ahead of it, and that's going to move the count to 1-2 as he fouls that to the Woods Cross dugout.
Yeah, showing a lot of respect to Chett where they've got their third baseman. You don't see third basemen with lefties play basically in the grass, but that's what Woods Cross is doing to Chett right now, respecting his opposite field power.
Fouls off the fastball, moves, keeps the count at 1-2.
Perhaps they are valuing the speed of the velocity of the pitcher they've got on the mound as well, expecting hitters to be behind. And if that is the case, you just probably don't know Chett Wilson's hands. This velocity won't be an issue here for Chett Wilson. He can scatter this one to all parts of the field still.
Ball in the dirt, moves count to 2-2. Deuces, 2 outs, nobody on base. Wasatch trails 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-2. Off-speed pitch outside, and it's now a full count. Pretty good stuff from the freshman, Ty.
Yeah.
He's got good size as well. This could be the next up-and-coming star here for Woods Cross. The full count pitch with 2 outs, swung on and fouled behind.
Chett missed that one, Ty. That one was a pretty hittable fastball. He looked like he was ready for it. Just missed.
See what Stanger decides to go with. Another full count pitch. Goes with the off speed. It's a hard ground ball to the first baseman. He gobbles it up, tosses it over to Beckham, and Wasatch goes down in order. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom half of the 5th. 3-2 still the score. No runs, no hits, no errors. Top of the 6th action coming up after this.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paints.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the 6th inning at Snow Canyon High School, brought to you by Gucci Goo Barbecue. From the words of the Gucci Goo customers, this barbecue is super good. The nachos and the sundae were amazing, and we definitely ate more than we should have. I definitely will come back here again. And if you haven't tried that Gucci sundae, you need to. You'll know exactly what those customers are talking about, because I've been in that same boat before. Ty, Gucci Goo, a proud supporter of Wasatch High School Athletics.
Their new location there on Main Street by the Auto Spa Car Wash. First pitch is going to be a rollover to the Chett. Chett's going to throw it across the diamond as Cole Zimmerman, one away on one pitch here in the top of the 6th. That was Alex Holdstock, who did single in his last at-bat, but gets the leadoff guy here in the top of the 6th inning. He's going to bring up number 32, who's entered the game. He's the pitcher, so the pitcher will hit in this spot. One away, Bo's been good. Bo comes set, throws out of the stretch, even with nobody on base. Another fastball. This one's elevated to right field. Tad Sulser takes a few steps in, calls off the rest of the fielders, and makes his first out of the game. 2 away on 2 pitches here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, that's efficient. Jones at 30 pitches now, Tyler, through 3.2 innings pitched. So we talked earlier, Schiess was averaging about 30 pitches per inning. Right now, Jones is averaging about 8 per inning is the pace he's on.
He's going to bring up Kaysen Lithgow, who singled to shallow center field. He's going to take ball 1 that bounces to Hafen. Hafen does a good job of smothering it. Kaysen's reached base both times as the number 9 hitter, walked in his first at-bat and then singled in his last at-bat. Bo comes set, delivers the 1-0. That one is not too high, moves the count to 2-0.
Yeah, I think the umpire let the batter duck that one a little bit. Started out just kind of moving the knees and getting down a little lower as that pitch came closer to the plate. The umpire bit on that duck.
The 2-0, that one is in there for strike 1, moves the count to 2-1.
Yeah, and I say that because that's the same level on that pitch. That looks like it's a very similar spot, but you get that call.
Bo comes set again. 2 outs, nobody on. The 2-1, that one gets way away from him, moves the count to 3-1. Only has 1 walk through the 3 2/3 innings pitch that he's thrown. But now the count moves to 3-1 to the number 9 hitter. Wasatch has been a little scared of the number 9 hitter today. Walked his first at bat and gave up a single in the last one.
Well, let's see if they can't change that trend right now, Ty.
The 3-1. That one's in there, elevated to center field. Should be a Canicorn catch for Tragun Shaw, who will come underneath it. And Wasatch has their first 1-2-3 inning of the game. That Goose Egg inning brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We'll move into the bottom of the 6th, 3-2.
Hi, my name is Jeff Jones with the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office. I'm assigned to the Investigations Unit as a school resource officer and detective. Having a strong bond makes it easier to talk to your kids about the hard things like underage drinking and drug use. Here are some tips for creating strong family bonds. Having fun together, spend 15 minutes of one-on-one time each day, eat meals together 5 to 7 times a week. Brought to you by the Caring Community Coalition and Wasatch Behavioral Health.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasps football stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the 6th brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injury, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. Bottom of the 6th, Wasatch will have Cole Zimmerman, Carter Bucad, and Kolden Hafen to lead off things for the Wasps. Still trailing 3-2 on our Dorius Dental scoreboard. A lot of action early on, but then a lot of zeros after those first 3 innings. Ooh, a low strike call there as Zimmerman falls down 0-1. Good job from the catcher on receiving that one. Ty made that one look a little bit better than it was. The 0-1, that one is too low, moves count to 1-1. Ty World Baseball Classic just wrapped up, and could you have scripted a better ending to the World Baseball Classic than what we saw in that game? This one's going to be swung on. A sharp ground ball to the shortstop. Fields it, throws it across the diamond in time by about a half a step. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th.
No, you're right, Ty. You couldn't have scripted that better, and by that I think you mean Ohtani versus Trout, right?
Trout.
I mean, that's about as good as it gets there. Teammates on the Los Angeles Angels, and didn't you see some funny social media posts about, wouldn't this be great if they were on the same team? Imagine what these two could do. Of course, the joke is they are on the same team, and they can't do anything there with the Angels.
It's going to bring up Carter Bucad. He's going to lay off the off-speed pitch. It's going to go to the backstop. 1-0 the count.
You feel like Trout's career is being wasted there in L.A., Ty?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. I mean, he has been injured a lot. Like, he's had a hard time finishing seasons. And so, yes, it's been wasted, but at the same time, he has dealt with injuries. But you're hoping this year both him and Ohtani can stay healthy, and we can see what happens with those two. 1-1 count here to Bucad. That one is called strike 2. Bucad, that one's a little bit outside, but he gets the call. 1-2 the count.
I mean, those are arguably 2 of your top 3 biggest stars in the MLB, and they can't even sniff the postseason. You know, imagine if you can get those guys into the playoffs or the World Series.
Excuse me. But first 2 pitches were balls. Then the called strike, and now Carter's going to try to lay down a drag bunt that's going to go to the Wasatch dugout. So that's going to move the count to 2-2.
Carter had a 2-strike hit last time up. Single, right back up the middle.
The 2-2. Oh, gets him looking on the off speed on the inside corner. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Bring up the sophomore Hafen. Had a fielder's choice ground out in his last at bat and struck out swinging on a check swing strikeout in his first at bat. Fifth strikeout of the game for the Wasps.
Ty, it's not uncommon to see a freshman get up there and have good velocity on the mound here. It is a little more uncommon to see them have a second and third pitch as good as this kid's got on the mound for Woods Cross. His breaking pitch is varsity ready. I mean, he's got himself a really good breaking ball, and I think you're right. This is going to be a force here for Woods Cross for the next 4 years.
Gets Hafen to check swing strike on the first pitch again, so that moves count to 0-1. Fastball this time is going to be swung on, fouled off down the left side, moves count to 0-2.
And again, his fastball's not completely overpowering, so I don't want to be overly dramatic, but with the curveball he's got, it makes his fastball that much more effective.
Does go with the fastball that time, just misses low and outside, 1-2 the count. Beckham a little bit frustrated with himself that he missed on that one. The 1-2 goes back to the off speed. That one in the dirt. Hafen does lay off of that one. Moves the count to 2-2.
When it comes to effective fastballs, putting it by hitters for strikeouts, Tyler, really your 83 to 86 range, if you've got a good curveball, you can get a fastball by guys. You can kind of burn it by them. If your breaking pitch is good and you're at 89 to 90, you're going to be averaging 7 to 10 strikeouts per game, and you can put the fastball by them quite frequently. And this kid's flirting there with that mid-80s with a good breaking pitch, so he can get the fastball by you, but he probably won't have those eye-popping double-digit strikeout games until he gets a little more velocity.
Full count as he after getting down 0-2, works the count to full and takes a pitch on the inside. And he gets the base on balls. The Wasatch has a base runner with 2 outs. They scored both runs that they scored in this game with 2 outs. We'll see if they can do it again. Burdett will come in to run for Hafen. Good speed. Gage Schiess will come up, who singled to right field in his last at bat.
So a couple thoughts here on that walk. Tyler obviously gives Wasatch a chance with the tying run on base right now, and let's see what they can do with that. But at minimum, you should be able to get to 9-1-2 to lead off the next inning and get back to at least your leadoff hitter and number 2 guy in the bottom of the 7th if you need to get to that point. And that's much easier for you than 8-9-1. And if you're the opposing team, you would have much rather have the 8-9-1 hole coming up rather than having to get to the top of the lineup and get multiple outs.
Gage will take ball 1. The lead off the bat, pickoff move over to Burdett, not in time, gets back pretty easy.
And these are the decisions that Coach Jacobson has to weigh over there. You know, you'd probably like to put Burdett in motion and see if you can get that tying run across right now. But at the same time, if Burdett gets caught stealing, now you're 8-9-1 to lead off the next inning, which makes it a little bit more challenging for you to mount a comeback there in that last inning.
The 0-1 pitch is fouled straight back. Gage looked like he was pretty on time on that pitch. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, tying run on first base here in the bottom of the 6th. Story of the game, Bo Jones in his first varsity appearance has gone 4 scoreless innings. Curveball in the dirt is waved at by Gage, and that moves the count to 1-2.
Stiff. That was a stiff swing there from Gage. Tyler didn't look like he was comfortable at all at that point. I think the pitch fooled him completely.
1-2 the count. Beckham comes set, delivers. Another off-speed pitch, goes downstairs again. Gage lays off it this time. Moves the count to deuces, 2-2 the count.
If Gage finds a way on, Garrett Christensen going to be the pinch hitter here in the 9-hole.
Again, another pickoff move over to first base. Burdett gets back in time. 2-2 the count. Runner goes, swung on. This one's roped to right center field. Burdett was in motion. He's got a chance to tie this thing up. He's rounding third. Third base or right fielder will bobble, and Burdett ties the game 3-3 on the RBI double from Gage Schiess.
Nice job from Gage. Talked about it just shortly before that. Tyler looked so off balance on the pitch that came and fooled him, but he does a good job of wiping that from his memory and resetting and driving a laser to the right center gap. And we're all tied up 3-3. See if Christensen can put Wasatch ahead.
We've seen Christensen one time this year in a varsity game, and he put it off the wall in Desert Hills. We saw him in 2 JV at-bats, and he put it off the wall in both of those at-bats as well. So 3 shots off the wall. He's got good power. For our listeners, the star defensive end for the Wasps as well. The last 2 seasons, 2-year starter, started as a sophomore and as a junior, and now he's got a chance to give Wasatch the lead with a runner on second base. 3-3 the score. Gage Schiess with the RBI double with 2 outs. Beckham comes set, delivers. It's a fastball, and Christensen went after it, a little bit behind it. Fouls it off to the boards cross side.
Now, this would be a spot if you think pinch runner there for Gage. Gage doesn't have, he's not slow, but he's not one of your fastest runners either. But as the DH, if they take him out, that'll burn him for the game, won't it, Tyler? I don't think they can reinsert him where he was the pitcher and now the DH.
Another swing and fouled off again. So 0-2 the count here to Christensen. To the count. Runner on second base represents the leading run for the Wasps, who tie the ball game up here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-3 the score. Beckham takes a peek, takes a second look, delivers the 0-2. High fastball, fouled off, but into the glove, and that'll do it. But Wasatch able to tie this thing up. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. We got ourselves a tie ball game going into the 7th inning.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the 7th inning, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah. Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, goodies, and more. Stop on in at Mirror Lake Station today, located in Camas, Utah, we've got a great one here, tied up 3-3 heading into the final inning. Wasatch, the home team, they're going to send out Jones for another inning. He's been great in relief. 4 innings of scoreless baseball from Jones in relief here for the Wasps today, Tyler. And a big hit there in the bottom of the 6th from Gage Schiess, the senior, stepping up clutch, getting a 2-out knock, a double that scores the tying run for Wasatch and makes this one 3-3 heading into the last inning.
And tied 1-2-3 up for Woods Cross, 1-2-3 up for Wasatch. It's going to be the top of the order versus the top of the order.
Yeah,
and we'll see.
Great.
Which
With underclassmen on the
it.
mound,
That's
right? Both teams are going to their underclassmen to try to get the job done on the mound.
Cole comes in, walked in his last at-bat, singled in his first at-bat, and reached on an error in his second at-bat. Takes strike 1. Jones, the lefty, in his first appearance has been good. 4 scoreless innings for Jones, working out of the stretch with nobody on base. And he's going to get another ground ball to the 5-6 hole. Boucard, backhand, plants, throws across the diamond. What a play! Oh, but not in time.
What a play from Carter Boucard is exactly right. To even have a chance at that ball, that was deep in the 5-6 hole, planted and got rid of it really quick, Tyler. Good mechanics, good delivery, just not enough on the throw to get it there in time.
Infield single leads it off for Woods Cross. So Wasatch will have their work cut out for him. The guy on first represents the leading run for the Wildcats. Moffitt comes up to the plate. He singled to right center, ground out, and then a pop out are his 3 at-bats. A couple of jabs here. Jones looks, goes slide step, too high, ball 1. Man, that was a great play from Boucard, just a faster runner down the base pass.
Well, it's not an easy ball to field either, Tyler. Getting over there in the hole and backhanding that thing and having the poise to get his feet in the spot to be able to even make that throw over there is excellent.
Ball 2. See how Jones does in this type of situation. The leading run on first base, number 2 hitter up, 2-0 the count. He's been able to come back each time. See if he can do so here. 2-0 the count. Sets. Takes a look at Smith at first. Delivers the 2-0. That one's too high as well. Moves the count to 3-0.
Looks like this is Jones's game, Tyler. Nothing going in the bullpen. That can, of course, change here on any given pitch. But right now it looks like Wasatch is content to let Jones take this one the rest of the way. And why wouldn't she be? 4 innings pitched, no runs on the board. Only 40 pitches in those 4 innings.
Does come back with the strike on the 3-0. So moves the count to 3-1. Tie ball game in the 7th. Wasatch will have their last at-bats. 3-1 pitch. Swung on. It's elevated to the right field side. Cole Zimmerman going back. Makes the play. What a play by the senior first baseman. And Wasatch has one away here in the top of the 7th.
Oh, Ty, it's such a fun game to see these guys step up. Cole Zimmerman making a clutch play there, too. That's a tough ball to go get, Tyler. That's running away from him. And the wind's pushing. It's just a slight wind, Tyler, but it's pushing it back in a little bit towards the line. And Cole's able to get balanced, go over the shoulder with a backhanded catch, and make it look easy.
One away. Leading run still at first base. Brings up the number 3 hitter, Bo Blackwell. Ground out, strikeout, ground out. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's a tough play down the third base side. Jones is going to slip and fall. I think that's a single either way. Tough play there as he swings and just has a chopper down the third base side. But runners on first and second now with 1 out.
Yeah, it's the old swinging bunt, Tyler. It couldn't have been a better bunt if you just walked it down and set it in that spot. You've got it. I mean, that went out and died at about 45 feet, and it's right over there about 3 feet off the line. It's wet grass, and you've got a left-handed pitcher up who's going to have to plant and turn and make a tough throw. I mean, Wasatch just never had a chance on that ball.
Shoup singled in his first at-bat, walked, and then reached on an error. He's going to take strike 1. Wasatch in double play depth. 2 infield singles here in the top of the 7th are how we have the base runners. First and second, 1 out. Jones on the mound. Wildcats did execute a double steal earlier in the ball game. Jones, 1 look, now 2. Delivers. Gets a strike. Too far outside. Moves the count to 1-1. Hafen did a good job of trying to go and get that one. Too far outside. 1-1 the count.
Ty, it looks like your runners had Jones pretty well timed up on that one, too. I don't know if they've got him consistently. I haven't been paying enough attention to know if he's just going 2 looks and then moving. But they had a pretty good jump if they wanted to put the runners in motion.
Goes 2 looks again. Now he'll take a third look, so mixes it up this time. Now thinks about throwing back to second base. Just steps off the back of the mound, and we'll reset. 1-1 the count, one out.
And that's all you need to do. That's just enough to mix up the look for the runners and keep them off balance.
Blackwell back in the box. This is Gavin Shoup, the number 4 hitter. The pitch, no look this time. Does he land it? No, too low. Moves the count to 2-1.
Missing close. Those are good pitches, Tyler, because if you can get the hitter to take a chance on that, that's a prime pitch that's subject to a ground ball that can end up in a double play. Outer half of the plate tailing away from the right-handed hitter who may have a tendency to try to pull it. That can get you a double play ground ball.
2-1, ball in the dirt. Good job from Hafen. Smothers it, and that moves the count to 3-1. First time probably in the ballgame we've seen a little bit of fatigue. There is action down in the bullpen. Can't tell who's throwing down there. 3-1 the count. 3-3 the score. Runners on first and second, 1 out. The pitch. It's in there. It's roped down the right field side, and that is a foul ball. Umpire is signaling foul, and that was about 4 inches foul down the first base side.
It was close, Tyler. It was foul, but it was close. It kind of hopped towards the line and then shot just a little bit off the line as it was getting near the bag.
Good experienced player, though, at first base. Protect those lines. Cole was right on the line. Would have been a hot shot to get by Cole. Brings the count to full. 1 out. Again, runners on first and second.
Riker Evans, I believe, is the one getting loose down there in the bullpen for Wasatch if things are needed.
Full count pitch. Misses. Ball 4, and that's going to load the bases here in the top of the 7th inning for the number 5 hitter, Will Barr, who's had a ground out, double play, and a pop out to the center fielder. Well, now you don't have to worry too much about base runners at this point in time. You can kind of just set, throw some strikes. And up till this point, Woods Cross just has had a hard time getting any hits off of Jones. But the bases are juiced. Pitch, that one's in the dirt again, 4-1. Coach Jacobson's going to go out to the mound. This trip to the mound brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, best donuts in Utah. All the infield. So Ty, as a pitching coach, what are you talking about here as you go out with the bases loaded?
Well, Ty, I would just be reassuring to him is hey, all game long you've been nothing but steady, throwing the ball in the zone, letting the other guys hit it. At this point, don't let the moment get into your head. Don't let it be bigger than it needs to be. Just get up there as you and the catcher and throw something over the plate and let your defense go do a job behind you. And that's probably the conversation I'd have, is just remind you of how good you've been up there on the mound today. And I think it's normal, Tyler, for players in a game like this that's tight to get a little anxious here in the last inning, and I think you're seeing that a little bit with the pitch locations in this 7th inning.
Jacobson's back in the dugout. 1-0 the count here to Barr, who's in the box on the right-hand side. It's 3-3 as we do a game recap. 3-3, top of the 7th. Wasatch will have their last ups. Woods Cross trying to retake the lead. The pitch, that one's in there for a strike. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Bucad to Gutierrez. Gutierrez to first. 6-4-3 double play. Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and Wasatch just needs to score 1 run in the bottom of the 7th to steal the victory from Woods Cross. We'll have all that action coming up right after this.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
With bases loaded in the top of the 7th inning, 1 out, Jones gets a ground ball to Carter Bucad for a 6-4-3 double play. Bucad to Gutierrez to Zimmerman, and the inning ends with nobody scoring. That is your good spot A play of the game for Wasatch. See if Wasatch can now push across a run to get the win here in the bottom of the 7th.
Big-time pitch there from Beckham as he lands the curveball for a strike. Crew Erickson, Tragun Shaw, Alex Gutierrez up for the Wasps. Leaves that off-speed pitch in the dirt, moves the count to 1-1. Caught the umpire. He's going to step back for a second and take a breather.
He's gotten beat up today.
Yeah,
Tyler. A lot of balls have gone back there to the umpire. Both catchers have also been hit a few times.
1-1 the count here to the leadoff batter. Wasatch just needs one to get a walk-off victory against a good Woods Cross program. Fell down 3-0 in the first 2 innings, but the pitching staff settled down, especially Bo Jones, who throws 5 scoreless innings. Trent Cruz going to lay down the drag bunt. It's a good one, and he has the infield single, and Wasatch has the winning run on first base.
I love that decision there from Crew, Tyler, to lay down the bunt. You've got a freshman on the mound, 2-1 count. He's thinking, I got to come back with a strike, thinking more about location than what he's going to do with fielding a bunt. And Crew ends up laying one down. It wasn't a great bunt, but he caught the pitcher off guard, and he wasn't ready to come off and field that ball. When you've got a freshman on the mound in a big moment that's struggling to throw strikes, that's a great way to put the pressure on the freshman.
Tragun thinks about a bunt as well, pulls back. He pulled back a little bit late, but I think they're going to call that a ball, so 1-0 the count. 1-0 the count. Third baseman was crashing hard. A big 3-4 hole in between first and second base, and good speed from Crew Erickson at first. Beckham comes set. Not a big lead from Crew. He'll get back without having to dive back. Tragun did square again. Coach Jacobson might be tempted to maybe go a little bit of a slash and run
here. The way the third baseman's coming in, Shaw can handle the bat.
And he's already got a triple in the ball game. It is a slash and run. Runner goes. Crew at second base. No! They're going to call him out.
Oh,
Crew had avoided the tag. Coach Jacobson looks at the umpire, says he got him on the arm. And a great throw from the catcher. And Wasatch's leadoff guy is out. Ball 2, so 2-0 count. And the winning run now off.
You know, these umpires are people too, and they like those big moments where he can punch someone out like that. But I'm not sure I agree with that call. We'd maybe look on it on a replay at some point, Tyler. But the tag was up high near the shoulder of Crew, which leads you to believe the feet had to be in there.
This one's elevated to left center field, but the center fielder's going to come over and make the grab. That's going to be 2 away. So just like that, Wasatch down to their last out here. Already won extra innings game this season for Woods Cross. They lost to Syracuse in 9 innings. So Wasatch down to their last out. Alex Gutierrez with a ground out. Struck out, walked, and then popped out to left center field. He's going to swing at the first pitch right at the Woods Cross dugout for strike 1.
13 foul balls now for Alex on the game. Foul ball tracker. We just need a little, you know how they have the K marks that they'll put on the banners, Tyler. Just get one of those for Alex with his foul balls. He's a menace to these pitchers.
Nice off-speed pitch there, called strike 2. So 0-2 the count with 2 outs. And he's going to swing at one in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, but catcher picks it up, throws it to first base, and we've got our first extra inning ball game of the season here on 94.5 The Peak. 3-3 the score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We're going into the 8th here at 94.5 The Peak.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Extra inning action brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. It's 8th inning, Wasatch 3, Woods Cross 3, as we go into the top of the 8th.
Yeah, when there's sun out, why not play a little extra baseball here, Tyler? Beautiful weather down here in St. George today. Moved over about 50 degrees down here, which feels about like 80 degrees. But sun's shining, not too many clouds in the sky. It's a great day for baseball.
Tyson DeVore steps into the plate. He'll swing and miss. Just a bit short.
Needed a relay man on that ball to get that there, Tyler. He gets some forgiveness, though. 5 innings pitched, 50 pitches coming in to this inning. So he's averaging 10 pitches per inning. Double play ball has been his friend. He's gotten 3 double plays, and it's 5 innings pitched.
That one's in there for strike 2. Moves the count to 1-2. None bigger than the double play that Wasatch turned. Ended up being a game-saving double play, as Wasatch unable to score in the bottom of the 7th. But bases loaded, 1 out, gets the 6-4-3 double play. Fastball inside, misses low, moves the count to 2-2. Same defense the entirety of the game for Wasatch. Crew Erickson in left, Tragun Shaw in center, Tad Solser in right field. The pitch, that one swung on. It's elevated to shallow center field. Tragun Shaw's not going to be able to get to it. And once again, for the second straight inning, Woods Cross has their leadoff guy on the single. It's going to bring up a pinch hitter. Number 13 is going to be hitting for Alex Holdstock. Number 13 is Stetson Tritchley. 222 batting average on 12 plate appearances this year. Also has 4 RBIs. He'll hit from the left-hand side. Pausing the action brought to you by Tony's Tacos. Best tacos in town, but that's not all they have. Stop in for their burritos, chili rellenos, tortas, anything you desire. They're on Main Street, been in business since 2001.
You know, you start looking around on balls like that, it just gets you considering defensive positioning, Tyler, and thinking about, I go back to the Park City Wasatch game earlier this year where Park City was daring Wasatch to hit it over their heads. They brought in their outfielders a little bit more shallow. Wasatch has their outfielders is a little bit of an opposite look here. They've got their outfielders a little deeper and are playing no doubles, daring Woods Cross to have to get multiple hits to beat them. Different strategies.
The lefty's going to pop up the bunt to Chett. Chett tries to double him up at first base, not able to do it. Great play there from the third baseman. And Wasatch has one away on the errant bunt from Woods Cross.
Oh, there's nothing worse as a coach than when you bring in a kid like that as a sub and you think you're gonna get something going here, good action, and on the very first moment, he does the exact opposite thing of what you need. It's not only that he did not get the bunt down, but you pop it up and nearly double up your teammate over there on first base. And worst possible scenario is what unfolded there for Woods Cross.
It's going to bring up Beckham Stanger, the pitcher, popped out to right field in his lone at bat of the day, getting his second at bat here. Leading run at first base for Woods Cross here in extra innings, the top of the 8th. That one's too high, ball 1. One the count, one away. 8 hits on the day now for Woods Cross. That one's too high, 4 ball 2. 2-1 now the count. Jones sets, takes 2 looks, high leg kick, runner goes, it's strike 1, throw from Hayfin. He's off the bag and they call him out at second base. Throw was right on the money. The runner beat the throw, but then slid past the bag. A great job from the middle infield of Wasatch of keeping the mitt on the runner, and Wasatch is able to get 2 away. Both teams now with the runner caught, stealing second.
Yeah, that's a great job from Hafen, Tyler, to deliver a ball. The runner stole that bag on the pitcher, got a good jump, and Hafen never really had a chance, but he still put a strike down there. And you're exactly right. The runner went over the bag, and so even though he successfully, stole the base, Wasatch was still able to get him out as he wasn't able to stop his momentum from falling off the bag. And I'm going to credit Hafen for putting a good ball down there to the middle infielders to get the job done.
Full count pitch here to Beckham. Wasatch 2 away, nobody on base for Woods Cross. The pitch, it's in there. It's elevated to deep center field. Tragun going back, and it goes off the wall. No, Tragun just made the catch. Tragun made the catch. He hits off the wall, but it goes into his glove, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. What a play from Tragun Shaw.
Oh, Ty, unbelievable play. Shaw's back at the warning track with no room up against the fence. As the ball gets to him, he smacks into the wall, absorbs the contact, and bounces off with the ball still in his glove. Man, awesome, and bleeding down the lip, Tyler.
He's got blood on the lips. Let's keep it here for the bottom of the 8th. He's got blood on his lips. He's got mud all over his jersey as he went into the warning track that's full of mud. Man, back-to-back plays. In the 7th inning, Wasatch gets the 6-4-3 double play to get out of it, and then Tragun Shaw makes the play as he goes into the wall. And Wasatch has another opportunity here in the bottom of the 8th to win the ball game, still to score 3-3.
Yeah, someone needs to get a picture of Tragun right now, Tyler. that guy, that is a good look on a baseball player. Mud all over you, smile on his face, blood